I wouldn't usually do this, and I feel like I haven't made a video like this in probably 6 years, but I was feeling extra petty today, and there is just absolutely no reason that this should have happened, so I guess we should fight back in a way that won't get us banned from Roblox and hopefully is enough to teach certain people a lesson. With being a Roblox player, I think you always just subconsciously prepare yourself to face any toxicity as soon as you press the play button on any game, and that feeling is intensified by at least 10 times when the game you are entering is Arsenal. I have nothing against Arsenal as a game or the developers or anything like that, but the community is usually not very friendly, and having played Arsenal in the background of my videos for at least 7 years now, I know that being harassed kinda just comes with the territory. There's very rarely a game of Arsenal I play where someone isn't in the chat screaming at me because they are mad I killed them, or they are mad that I won, or sometimes they just know who I am and assume that I'm recording and think it's funny to be in the background footage saying something stupid. So given how used to these situations I am, I would have taken this one specifically in exactly the same way if it wasn't for a few things. First of all, probably the main focus of the title for this video, halfway through this very one-sided altercation, the person harassing me got a friend to join, and quite honestly it seemed more like her boyfriend from the way that they were acting with each other, and I mean they were even matching Arsenal skins. And second of all, this person didn't start attacking me because I was killing them in game or because they knew who I was. No, for some reason she started attacking me out of nowhere from the second I joined the game, and before I could even load into the first match by saying, "I hate you, Chloe Yuri." I thought nothing of it at first, but when I tell you she kept it up for around 40 minutes despite me not replying or saying one single thing in the chat in response to either of these people, I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's exactly what happened. I already thought it was strange for someone I've never seen or met before in my entire life to proclaim that they hate me because I entered a game, but I realised it wasn't a typical Roblox Arsenal player rage moment almost immediately, because right after that she said, "Off yourself." The very first time I killed her in game, but remained completely silent anytime literally anyone else in the game killed her. And then the second time I killed her, right after that, she moved up a little bit and decided to add to her very elegant vocabulary by saying "die in real life." I assume a lot of the later rage after the random attack on me in the beginning came from the fact that I kept killing her and winning matches, and really the only time she was above me in the rankings was the first match where I joined halfway through. So maybe she saw me as a threat, as if this is some big important competitive Olympic game and not a pew pew shooting gun game on Roblox. I don't exactly understand why this one specific person decided to form a personal vendetta against me the second I joined the game, or why her friend joined in without even questioning it. But the things they said got progressively worse, and this random obsession with me because I was just trying to play a game was really weird, and this just isn't how you interact with people, especially people that you don't know. So it's probably something wrong with them, if anything, because when did people stop having fun playing games, and when did it turn into whatever I'm showing you right now? You see, whilst this was really weird to be in the middle of, and obviously not very pleasant when all you're doing is playing a game and you have two freaks making it their personal mission to ruin your experience simply because you exist, I was still giving them the benefit of the doubt during it because they were acting really toxic and dumb, and overall it was giving 12-year-old who doesn't really understand consequences just yet. However, if that was the case, I absolutely wouldn't have made this video. No, it turns out the main person who started all of this and carried on acting like that for 40 minutes is 19 years old. I know, you're probably laughing at this point because who is 19 and acting like that on a Roblox game completely unprovoked when genuinely all I did was play the game? It's a little bit worse because I wasn't replying, they couldn't have possibly tried to determine my age, they had no idea if I was like a lot younger, they could have just been attacking a child and saying all of these terrible things to a child. They had no idea. Absolutely way too old to be acting like that at your big age. Come on now. The next match is when this delightful individual decided to call in her friend to join the game, or like I said, they acted like typical e-daters, so I'm not entirely unconvinced that that wasn't her e-boyfriend, also because he had one of those weirdo freak hangout games in his favourites. So this same e-boyfriend guy, by the way, just so happened to be a furry. There is no particular reason to mention that because I don't care. It means nothing to me and it makes no difference. I just find it interesting that two people like this have the audacity to act like they did, that's all. As soon as this wolf guy joined, the first person just said, "Beat Chloe," and like I keep telling you guys, I didn't reply to either of these people even once. I didn't type anything in the chat. I didn't even open the chat to check what they were saying. The only things I did see was when they appeared in the corner for a few seconds, which is why it's especially weird that they kept it going for so long. He said, "What skin?" and she replied, "Cow," because I am using the cow skin in Arsenal right now, and this part makes me laugh more than it probably should because he said, "Got it." As if he is some super professional, amazing at his job hitman that she just hired, but I also kept killing him in game, so it was just kind of embarrassing, really. I can't really tell if the llama girl stopped trying or if she just continued to not be very good at the game, but it was almost like she sat back whilst her knight in furry armor tried to win for her because she just said, "Wolf, you got this," and he said, "I'll hold them down," whilst continuing to die. So again, if it wasn't embarrassing to act like that in a Roblox game as an adult, it's probably up there to act confident in a kid's game as an adult and then lose anyway. So at this point is also when I realised their behaviour was influencing another random player in the game who I genuinely think was someone super young, because when I won a match, this one person spelled one as the number one, and the way that they typed was really just giving child, you know, so naturally I will be blocking out this username, but they also started telling people to off themselves, and well, in the unfriendliest way possible. Keep in mind, this was also a complete stranger to them. They were on neither of the friends lists and was just some kid playing Arsenal in the same server and picking up on the behaviour of literal adults playing this same game and thinking that it's acceptable to throw around things like that because they saw someone else do it. I mean, they even tried encouraging it, because later on this same kid said, "Off yourself for stealing my kill," and the main llama girl said, "Is that towards Chloe?" almost instantly. The kid said something like, "No, it's towards this other person," and again she said it should have been towards me, like instantly. I keep reiterating how weird it is to act like this on Roblox as an adult in the first place, but it's even more messed up to actively encourage other players who are so clearly children to follow in your footsteps and also display such disgusting behaviour for no reason. After all that, I think they started to get bored with how they had been harassing and attacking me out of nowhere for no reason for 40 minutes, and I spent that whole time pretending they didn't exist because they started to slow down. I barely managed to catch her telling me to leave because I suck, and the furry guy said, "Yeah, you heard her." Like, oh, okay, that one made my skin crawl, because how do you unironically act like that? You cannot act 12 by telling people to die because they are better than you at a game, and then act 14 by asking how high when your Discord kitten tells you to jump, all when, in reality, you are 19 years old, playing Roblox, getting threatened by the existence of someone else trying to play the same game as you. They briefly started acting like somewhat normal, functioning members of society when I killed them both in-game, and they just said "ow" and "come on, man," until I dominated the llama person, which is basically if you keep killing them over and over again before they can kill you, and then she jumped right back to saying "off yourself." In our final match, before I decided to leave because I was kind of giggling to myself thinking about just using this as a video idea, I had "we need more hatred towards Chloe. Chloe sucks, Chloe's so weird," and also they seem to be teaming up a lot more to focus on killing only me rather than playing the actual game, which prompted Mr. Furry E-boyfriend to start telling me to sit when he finally managed to kill me, and the girl to emote when she finally managed to kill me. It was just really weird. So overall, I'd say this was a very pleasant experience with two beautiful souls who I saw very clearly clearly had the unbelievable privilege of being placed into the same server with. No, but seriously, this is such a weird way of interacting with people who are complete strangers to you. And like I said, I wouldn't usually make a video like this. I just thought it was really, really weird. Especially when they are adults acting like that, encouraging children to act like that as well to random people. I'd never seen them before this. They'd never seen me before this. And everything I showed you in this video was entirely unprovoked because I genuinely didn't respond to either of them once. I just kept playing the game like they weren't even there. And I mean, it started before I even started playing the game, before I could even load into the match. And they just kept harassing me for almost an hour for no reason. I don't care at all. I told you guys I am more than used to it at this point, and if anything starts to get annoying, I literally just close the game because it's really that easy. It just sucks they were encouraging such young players who are probably super sweet otherwise to be acting vile like they were, and I also just found it funny and maybe even a little bit sad on their behalf that they're adults acting like this on Roblox when, especially outside of Roblox, they seem to be relatively friendly and non-toxic people, because I did find out a lot of information about them that I don't think is necessary to share, but I'm just not really sure why they seemed so toxic towards me specifically when all I did was exist. So please, the comments is the place to go. Tell me what you guys think about a couple of toxic e-daters on Roblox attacking me for absolutely no reason. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.